Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pokesoo Channel and the Guitar Letter System. Hey folks, I just want to let you know, I've been doing this for 30 years, probably more than 30 years, and when I say guitar is special, I'm not just making it up. This guitar here is like a 70s made in Japan Aria. It sounds unbelievable. This is the kind of guitar I get once every 2 or 3, 4 years. I probably should be selling it for more than I am, but I'll take $675 on it. It's got that great made in Japan tone, but this particular one has a lot more like old Martin in it. It just sounds unbelievable. And it's loud. It's got a lot of volume when you dig in, but it just plays great. It sounds unbelievable. I'm not sure what the model is. It's inside. It says 9410. It says made in Japan. But the sound on this guitar is just buttery. It kind of reminds me of a Martin D41 a little bit. Really has a sound. I'm in Dadgad. As usual, I'm not real warmed up. But this guitar's got that Martin-y, woody, buttery, mid-range, bassy thing. And I'm not overselling it. This guitar is really special. It's got great action on it. It's not an easy guitar for me to let go of. It looks great. It probably has a few little minor things on it, but it's really a nice condition. $675 is firm. It comes with a it doesn't have. It just has kind of a a chipboard case. I'm a great packer. Michael Hedges would love this guitar. Whoever buys this guitar is going to be blown away. This is the kind of guitar, and I'm not overselling, guys. This is the kind of guitar that when you play it, you just kind of shake your head, and then you're just like, wow. And then every time you play it, you feel the same way, like it never wears off, because it just has such a buttery... It's got the full range of tone. It's got the mids, the treble, the bass, the overtones, the woodiness, like the wooden bell type thing. It just really, this is a very difficult guitar to let go. That's what's so hard about what I do, because I work really hard to find great guitars, and it's not easy to find the great ones. And so when I get them, it's really, because I'm a player and a composer, it's really hard to let them go. And this guitar really has a... It's got that, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of experience with made in Japan acoustic guitars from the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I'm a big fan of them. But they definitely vary greatly from guitar to guitar, and most of them do not have this kind of Martin-ness, this kind of Martin quality. Most of them sound good, and they have good overtones and good projection and stuff, but some are much better than others. But most of them don't have this kind of older D28 tone in them. I was playing this the other night, and one of my roommates started yelling at me to turn it down, and it's not electric. kind of guitar, you literally just get lost playing it. You just kind of zone out and just really get into it because it just sounds insane. Now it's nice too. It's got a really nice setup. You know, it doesn't need a neck reset. Most of the made in the 70s acoustic guitars from like Alvarez, Aria, Yamaha, whatever, you have to either get a neck reset and spend $500 or have somebody really carefully and very lightly sand the bridge down a little bit and then redo the saddle and everything. But this thing's ready to go. It's just sounds so nice. This is, I mean, I don't have to sell this guitar, and the more I play it, the more I'm thinking maybe I'm making a big mistake. I'm not kidding, because I've owned 30s Martins. I've owned, you know, D41, D2. I've owned a lot of guitars being 67, and this is one of the top sounding acoustics I think I've ever owned. I'm not. It's just, it's got that orchestral tone. I'm hearing a little bit of Old Moody Blues come out in my playing, if anybody can reference that. There was some beautiful acoustic work done on some of the older Moody Blues. The guy could play. I think that what hits my ear when I play this guitar is the clarity and the whole range of tone, you know, treble, mid, bass, everything is all there, but it's balanced. You know, it's really musical and resonant and balanced, but it's got that extra bloom, that extra kind of reverby, bloomy type quality. It kind of has a crystalline quality, is a word I've even heard engineers use when describing tone. You can hear it right there, just the way everything is in its place and not getting in the way of everything else. And that's what's wrong with most acoustic guitars, is they're a little too shit-howdy. Usually the bass messes up the whole guitar because there's so much sound moving around the inside of the guitar, it cancels out other frequencies. But the Japanese have always known a lot of secrets about making guitars. In my mind, this is like $1,000 guitar, easy, you know? I think $675 is a freaking deal. I'm not going to take a penny less because it's worth every dime. I got to make a little something on it. I don't make much on this stuff. But this just sounds unbelievable. This is going to sound really corny, but this is like a guitar of a lifetime. I mean, this is one of those acoustics that just really has so much magic. Really hard to find something like this. Aria's always made really nice stuff, though. It's that orchestral. And that right there. Sounds like a freak. freaking piano, man. Price is probably going to go up on this guitar. If somebody buys it soon, I'll do $675. I might, other than that, I might just raise the price. It just sounds unbelievable. Yes, it's in DadGad. Don't send me an email and say, oh, every guitar sounds good in DadGad. Bullshit. They don't all sound good in DadGad. And if you can't hear this guitar, you don't deserve to own it. So, bleh. I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but I mean, most people email me pretty cool stuff, and I don't expect people to kiss my ass, but I just get tired of the redundancy of stupid comments where people send me stuff like, the other day, some guy sent me something, he was watching one of my guitar videos on electric guitar, and he goes, well, I bet you can't play Eruption by Eddie Van Halen. What a dumb thing to say to me, right? That's all right. It should. And then, of course, I look at his page, and he's got nothing going on, right? And I'm not being judgmental. God bless everybody, you know, but hey, I don't know. I get a little burned out on some of the really, you know, idiotic comments. But yeah, this guitar's insane. This guitar just sounds beautiful. It sounds like a prayer. It sounds like a really positive prayer. That probably sounds corny. I don't care. I worked my ass off in my little guitar business. People have no idea how hard it is to find the great guitars out there. And I don't make much money if you start factoring in, you know, all the time and the gas and the driving and the guitars I don't buy, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, I'm not even kidding. This is the kind of guitar I get once every 2, 3, 4 years. It sounds this good. This guitar will kick ass on a Martin D28. You could go out and buy for $2,000, $2,500. And I'm not even kidding, because you can't fake old wood, man. Michael Hedges would love this guitar. It's great for fingerstyle too. I like to kind of do the fingerstyle on it. I'm just really cold. I just recently got up. But keep in mind, I'm using an $80, $100 Zoom Q3 with super small, cheap mics, and it still sounds this good. You know, if you're looking for a great acoustic guitar, you know, I would not suggest you try to nickel and dime this one. This is a lot of guitar for $675. I'm really not nuts about selling it, but that's how I know I have a great guitar, because I fantasize about keeping it, you know. But if I keep every great guitar I get, I wouldn't have a business, you know. So, but my business has a very spiritual aspect to it, a very spiritual component. I know a lot about guitars, trust me. And like I said, this one reminds me a lot of an older, I had a Martin D41 that I picked up locally, and this has some of that D41, but it actually has more overtones, better mids, better mid bass. It's sweeter, like the orchestral balance is sweeter in this guitar. anyway, great guitar. It looks great too. I mean, you'll probably find some surface level scratches like any older guitar. I don't see any big major things. I see a little ding here on the side. I mean, this is a used guitar, so if you're looking for something, I see a little ding here. It's got, a few little dings and stuff, but man, this thing has a sound. And it's loud. The other night I was playing it, one of my roommates was walking around kind of putting their finger to their ear because it was so loud. And the setup is just gorgeous on this guitar. It's really got a nice setup on it. It's really done well over the years, and I love the rosewood back. And yeah, I can't say enough about this guitar. I would call this like a lawsuit D28 just because it sounds like a really good D28. In fact, I've played a lot of D28s the last couple of years, and none of them sounded very good to me. Best Martins I've ever had have been 30s Martins. Triple O, or they were double O. I think they were 0017s, all mahogany. But like I said, I see a little spot here. It might need to be cleaned. You might need to clean this guitar. Like I said, the problem with most acoustic guitars is they're too bass heavy and it ruins the sound. But yeah, this one has that orchestral. It just sounds. Anyway, I'm going to stop playing it, but man, if you could use a good acoustic guitar, and I'm not even kidding, you could walk into a guitar center, which I'm not that nuts about them, but anyway, and play guitars for $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. They wouldn't even come close to this just because it takes wood time. You have wood that's aged for 25, 30, 35 years. It becomes more resonant. Plus, the Japanese know a lot of secrets about making guitars that even Martin doesn't know. So, there's a lot more to understanding guitars. There's a lot more to understanding guitar value than meets the eye out there. You can't shop with your wallet. I've played guitars that were 30 grand. They were like, yeah, they're all right. This thing kicks their ass. I'm not even kidding. I think it was a Collins. I'm sure once the guitar opens up and it's played for a couple hundred hours, it's going to sound a lot better. But, this is a huge value for $675. And I have no trouble selling my stuff. And like I said, this is a very spiritual business to me. I bring a lot of heart to it, but I also bring a lot of knowledge. And people know that I pay well for stuff. I pay more than pawn shops. I pay more than music stores. So when people out there that have really nice stuff need to sell it, and they're willing to leave a little meat on the bone for me, they call me. But I don't make that much on this stuff. But yeah, this is a lot of guitar for the money. All right, you can email me, stevezook7@yahoo.com. That's 7 not spelled out, or pokezu@gmail.com, or text or call 714-548-0385. I mean, just the way those notes just have bloom. They have a warm ring. I think that's a good way to put it. That kind of warm wooden bell ring, And I think it's the 70s. It could be in the early 80s. It's somewhere in there. But like I said, this one's really nicely set up. I can tell a real pro set this one up that really knew what they were doing. So, and just the color too. It's got that kind of aged golden color, and the binding has a little age to it, and it just plays wonderful. All right, folks. If you could use a great acoustic. It's got to go to somebody cool, though, okay? This needs a good home. It has to go to somebody real, somebody in touch with their authentic higher self. Cheers.